Hey y'all, I'm Enrique Solano, and this is going to be a little instructional video that I have for you guys. And the topic for this video is going to be how to get ready / prepare for any type of job interview. And it's something that's really important because it's something that probably will decide whether you get the job or not. And this is a little 10-step process that I have for you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all enjoy. Step one is figure out a little bit about the company you're interviewing for, meaning do a little bit of research about the company, because there's no point to go into the job interview knowing nothing about the company. It's kind of a bad look on your part. Step two is make sure you know what the position you applied for is and what the job description is, because you want to make sure you qualify and that your skills will be used, because there's no point to go into a job interview knowing you won't get the job. Step three is create some potential questions the interviewer may ask you and come up with answers to those questions so you're more prepared and more likely to get the job. Some examples of some questions that they may ask you are: what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why should we hire you? Why do you want this job? How would you describe yourself? What type of work environment do you prefer to work in? How do you handle stress? And these are all questions that I've been asked before. And so it's pretty common that most interviewers were asked this question. So it's better to know what your answers will be so you're just more prepared for when those questions come up. Step four is create some questions for the interviewer, because the person interviewing always asks at the end if you have any questions, and that's the time to ask the questions that you may have. Some examples of some questions that you can ask: what's your favorite part of the job? How long have you been working for the company? What's a typical work day like here? What opportunities are there for progression? Because those are just some important questions, just some basic questions that you should know and that you should ask the interviewer. Step five is you need to make sure that you review your resume and make sure you know everything that's on there, that you put on there, because you don't want a question to come up about your resume and you don't know the answer. It's kind of a bad look on your part. Step six to me is probably the most important step, because it's their first impression of you. So you need to make sure you dress appropriately, meaning this is the employer's first impression of you. So you should dress to impress. And that doesn't mean a suit and tie. It just means that you shouldn't dress in your everyday clothes, unless your everyday clothes are a collared shirt and slacks. So, and also doesn't mean that your outfit has to be expensive. I know there's places that you could find polos or collared shirts and slacks for really cheap, like Goodwill, Ross, Marshalls, places like that, even some thrift stores. And some examples of some outfits can be polos, button-up shirts, khaki pants, dress pants, or slacks, and really anything that has a collar and pants that don't have rips. And again, it doesn't really have to be too expensive. And I'll make sure to show some examples at the end of this video. I'll show some examples that I have that I've worn for jobs. Step seven is you need to make sure you iron your clothes, or just make sure that your clothes aren't wrinkly. And a little shortcut that I always use on a daily basis is this thing called wrinkle release, and it saves my day basically every day, because some of my shirts are wrinkled because I forget to hang them up. Sorry, Grandma. Step eight is you need to make sure that you arrive 20 minutes early to the interview, because if you show up late, that's what employers will think of you. And remember, this is the employer's first impression of you, so make it count by showing up early. Step nine, make sure you bring a copy of your resume. It shows that you're prepared. And you also need to make sure that you stay confident in yourself, because if you lose confidence in yourself, you probably won't get the job. Step 10, finally, you should make sure that you follow up. And this is really key, because you want to make sure you call and see what the next steps you should take, and you want to see what the next step in the process is. Thank you guys. I will be showing you guys some outfits that you could potentially wear here in a couple seconds. This is an example of something that you shouldn't wear: a graphic tee, some ripped jeans. This is an example of something you should wear. It's also a budget-friendly option. I got this polo from Goodwill, and I also got the khaki pants from Goodwill. The shoes do not matter at all. Here's another option of something that you could potentially wear: nice little collared shirt, a pair of slacks, and again, the shoes don't really matter. This is the last little option that I have for you guys. And finally, it's more of a fancier option, if I could say. This shirt is a polo shirt that I have. It's more of a longer collared shirt. Also, these are some dress pants. And I decided to switch up the shoes a little bit, put on some fancier shoes for a little bit of a fancier outfit. And this is the final outfit. Thank you guys for watching.